Hello and welcome to episode 38 of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to episode 38 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on Lincoln and Grimsby in League 2. Now, since you were last with me, we've played quite a few games. You last saw me take on AFC Wimbledon and Salford. We won both of those games. We beat AFC Wimbledon 2-1 away from home, and then we beat Salford 5-1 away from home. Now, we couldn't make it 3 wins on the bounce. We could only manage a 1-1 home draw against Crewe. Jonathan Kajar with the only goal for us in that game. We then lost away from home against Barnet 5-3. We were 3-0 down just before... Oh no, sorry, we were 2-1 down, went 3-1 down just before half time. We managed to get it back to 3-2 on the stroke of half time. Jordan Wright grabbing a goal for us. We then went 4-2 down just at the start of the second half. Jordan Wright getting another goal back for us, making it 4-3. Unfortunately, Barnet managed to get another goal in the 73rd minute, which meant they took all 3 points. We then managed a 1-1 draw away from home against MK Dons. Martel Taylor-Crossdale with the only goal for us in that game. And then finally we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the 4th round against Sheffield Wednesday. We were 3-0 down up until the 68th minute when Amadou Ba got a goal back for us. We then tried to press and press and press. Cameron Humphreys managed to get another goal back for us in the 76th minute, and I thought, here we go, another comeback, just like it was against Swansea, but unfortunately we couldn't quite get the equaliser and we were knocked out finally. But since we lost to Sheffield Wednesday, we haven't lost a game. We beat Yeovil 3-0 at home. 2 goals from Callum Chettle and 1 from Amadou Ba in that game meant we took all 3 points. We then beat Barnet, got a bit of revenge on them in the FA Cup first round. We beat them 4-1 at home. An own goal from their defender, and 2 goals from Connor Young and 1 from Cameron Cox meant we didn't take all 3 points. It means we're in the second round of the FA Cup, where we will play Port Vale or potentially FC United, my old club. I'm hoping it will be FC United, and that will be the next episode if it is. If we find out who we're going to be playing in this episode, I will let you know. We then beat Stevenage 4-0 in our last group game in the Checkatrade Trophy. We beat them away from home. 2 goals from Keith Mayle, 1 from the penalty spot, which is the first goal he scored from a penalty in, I think, the last 4 attempts. Then a goal from Martel Taylor-Crossdale and 1 from Amadou Ba meant we finished top of our group, and we're through to the next round of the Checkatrade Trophy. And I will start showing you those games now we're into the knockout rounds. But like I said, we're going to be playing Lincoln away from home today, who are in 11th, and then we're going to be playing Grimsby at home, who are in 12th place. At the moment in Sky Bet League 2, we are second, which I'll show you when we load. We're second, we're only 2 points behind Scunthorpe, who are in first. We're 2 points ahead of Salford in third, and we are 5 points ahead of Gillingham, who are at the bottom of the playoffs. Keith Mayle still leading the goal scoring charts at the moment on 15 goals. Joint top still with Virgil Gomez. He's not been as prolific as he has been at the start of the season. He tends to get his goals in clusters now. Rather than scoring every single game, he'll score 2 or 3 goals in one game and then not score for a couple. But, you know, if he's still top goal scorer by the end of the season, it could be great for us. If he can propel us into League 1, that would be fantastic. So we're going to move on to our first game of today against Lincoln, and this is the team we are going with. We're not going with Elvis because he is on international duty, so we'll bring Cox back into the squad. We did rotate slightly for the Checkatrade Trophy game. Okay, so this is the starting 11 we're going with for our first game away from home against Lincoln. We're going with Fasson in goal, Barkworth, Sabassi and Humphreys at the back, with Freeman and Cox as the wing backs, a midfield of Earing and Chettle, and a front 3 of Barr, Taylor-Crossdale and Mayle. On the bench we have Crean, Wood, Young, Gavriloff, Yearwood, Kajar and Greening, playing on an attacking mentality, flexible team shape with our usual team instructions for this formation. I am hoping we can pick up a win in this game. I don't know who Scunthorpe are playing. I shall have a look when the game loads and see where we could potentially be at the end of this match. But all we can do is try and keep winning and hope that Scunthorpe slip up, and then we can win the league this season. We did finish the last episode top of the table, but we had a couple of poor performances, which meant we dropped down slightly. But we're still in the automatic promotion spots at the moment, which is good. Scunthorpe, who are they playing today? They're playing Salford. So if that game can finish as a draw, that'd be great. Because if it finishes as a draw, we could potentially go top of the table on goal difference after this game. So we're keeping a close eye on that result. Fasten with a good save there from a header. Can he start a counter-attack? Played the ball up to Taylor Crossdale, can't find him though. Barkworth picks up the loose ball at the back. Plays it to Earring, forward to Cox on the wing. Crosses it in and we are 1-0 up. Amadou Bar, 13 minutes in, and that was a great, well-worked goal. Earring with the ball out to Cox. It was a fantastic ball, finding completely unmarked. And yet another good cross from Cox, and Barr putting it in the back of the net from close range. Makes no mistake. He started scoring again, which is good, because we have had a few injuries to strikers just recently, and we've been down to the bare bones. I even had to bring Greening in from our under-23s to sit on the bench, and he has actually got a couple of appearances for us. Not playing overly well, but he is still young. He's only 16 years old. He's one of the youth players I brought in. He came in through our youth system last season, and he's one I noticed because of his attributes being really good. He was one that was highly recommended to me by my head of youth development, and I've been keeping a close eye on him when he's been playing in the under-23s. He's been banging the goals in for the under-23s, and that's why I thought I'd give him a couple of chances in the first team. But as yet, he's still not made his mark. Still not scored for us. He did have a goal disallowed at the end of the Stevenage game for being offside. And as things stand, we are top of the table on goal difference, because Scunthorpe and Salford are still drawing. Good defending from the corner, good header out. Can we stop the second ball? Fasten picking it up easily. Can he start a counter-attack for us? Trying to find Barr but can't. They're coming back at us again, but good defending once again. And Mail with the ball to Barr, through to Taylor Crossdale, who shoots wide just before half-time. And it looks like we're going to go in 1-0 up and sitting top of the table where we want to be. We've had 11 shots, 5 on target and 47% of possession. So we're making our chances count. Fasten's been playing well, having a few decent saves in this game as well. Just thinking, if Salford could win this game, they'd go up to 37 points, and that would mean we would have Scunthorpe would go down to 38 points. So we would have a 1 point lead over Scunthorpe and a 2 point lead over Salford. And we've now gone 2-0 up. Cameron Humphreys from the corner, Earring with the ball in, and I think it was Barr who got ahead to it, and Humphreys nodded it in from about 2 yards away. Good goal from him. He's been picking up quite a few goals from set pieces this season. Everybody playing really well. Taylor Crossdale having a bit of an average game. We might bring him off and bring on Greening to give him a go. Taylor Crossdale having another shot wide, not showing himself in the best light at the moment. So we're 68 minutes in. We're going to make a substitution. We're 2-0 up. Just to keep things fresh at the front, we'll bring on Greening for Crossdale. We'll play him as the advance forward, even though he prefers to play as a defensive forward. And that'll be our only change for now. We're going to stay on the attacking mentality, because I find if we do drop down to counter or defensive, we just invite too much pressure onto ourselves and we end up conceding more than we do. Attack for us is the best form of defence. Earring proving me right there, putting us 3-0 up. Well worked set piece yet again from a throw-in from Cox. Threw it to Barr, who played in Earring with a shot from the edge of the area. Good finish from him, and that puts us 3-0 up. And I can't see us losing it from here. We've been very, very good in this match. 80 minutes in, I'm going to make another couple of changes because Barr is knackered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out Greening, play him as the defensive forward on support, and then we're going to bring on Kajar for Bar. Try saying that when you're drunk. Callum Chettle's also knackered, but so are Freeman and Cox, but we don't have anybody that can replace them. So we're going to bring off Chettle, and we're going to bring on Gavriloff for a rare appearance for him, see if he can do anything, and to convince me to start him more on the bench, or even start him in the first team. Earring winning the ball back, Kajar through to Mail, who can only play it straight at the keeper. Should have really been scoring that. And now, after I've made all my substitutions, Jack Earring has picked up an injury. What sort of injury is it? Potential foot injury, and we're going to go down to 10 men now because we can't bring anybody on for him because we've already made all our substitutes. So we're going to have to play Gavriloff as a deep line playmaker, and he is going to be our only midfielder. Gavriloff, you are the midfield. If there was any time for him to play really well and convince me that he needs to be starting, it's now. I've just noticed that James Tilley has come on for Lincoln, one of our former players. Hopefully he won't come back to haunt me. That's full time now. We have won 3-0. Goals from Bar, Humphreys and Earring. Unfortunately, Earring going off 10 minutes after his goal with an injury. Hopefully it's not long term because he is a fantastic player. And we are top of the table, I believe. I'll double check when the game loads, but I'm pretty sure we are top of the table. Yes, we are top of the table on goal difference. Salford and Scunthorpe finishing 0-0. Salford went down to 10 men, so they were lucky to hold on for that. And also looking at that, Grimsby lost 4-1 against Crewe, so that bodes well for our next game, which will be against Grimsby Town. Okay, a couple of changes to tell you about for this next game against Grimsby Town. One of them enforced and one of them just because I want to give him another try. Marcus Wood has come in for the injured Jack Earring in the midfield, and we've brought in Jonathan Kajar for Martel Taylor-Crossdale. Taylor-Crossdale didn't have a very good game that last game, and Kajar has just come back from injury. He's up to 82% match sharpness, so we'll give him a go. If we've got to bring him off, we have still got Crossdale on the bench. Also, Moore comes onto the bench because he's back from injury as well. So if Wood doesn't have a very good game, then he can come on for him. Other than that, it's basically the same side with just those two changes, and we're going to go hopefully and solidify our place at the top of the table. Grimsby playing with a strikerless formation. They've got no out and out strikers on the field at all. They're really going for defensive, but that didn't work against Crewe last time out. I don't know if their strikers are all injured or what's wrong with that. I mean, Cardwell, he's one striker of theirs I recognise. He's carrying a knock and he's on the bench, so we shall see. It's the first time this season I've seen a strikerless formation, and we've gone 1-0 up 8 minutes in. Sabassi with the goal from the corner. I think it was it was Chettle with the corner. It was nodded on by Bar, and Sabassi made no mistake from close range, and that puts us 2 points clear at the top of the table. We've got another highlight and we're defending. We managed to keep that out, and it's a corner now to Grimsby, and we've defended that again and we give away another corner. We need to get clear of this. Sabassi with the clearance there, just proving he can score goals and defend. I'm not surprised. My assistant says we're heavily outnumbered in the midfield against Grimsby. I'm not surprised. They've got 6 people in their midfield. We only have 2. But Mail's got the ball, crosses it in, can't find anybody. Cox now on the edge of the area to Bar. Cox again with the ball to the back post. Freeman played it back across to Bar, but he couldn't find the goal from there. Played it over. 30 minutes in now, no more highlights, we're just still 1-0 up. Coasting through this first half. We've had 5 shots and 3 on target to their 6 and 2. As things stand, they've had more possession than us, but that's because they're packing out the midfield. Kajar trying to get there, but he can't. Freeman with the ball now to Bar, to Wood, back to Bar. Chettle now with the ball forward. Can't find anybody. Barkworth picks up the loose ball. Freeman to Wood. Forward to Mail, tries to play through Kajar, who plays through Bar, and that's 2-0, 40 minutes in. Jonathan Kajar with the assist. I thought he was going to have a shot, but he managed to find a great pass. Wood played it forward to Mail, who then found Kajar. That's where I thought he was going to shoot, but he played it onto Barr's head, and it was an easy header for him. A goal and an assist for Barr today, who's been finding form just recently, and it looks like we're going to go in at half-time 2-0 up, which we have. We've had 2 clear-cut chances and 2 goals, 9 shots, 6 on target, and less possession. We are committing a lot of fouls today as well, 6 fouls. So they're 1. Luckily we haven't had anybody booked yet, so that should be something we look at in the second half. And obviously their defensive formation not working out for them at all at the moment, but they've got a set piece. Barr with the ball clear, Kajar up on his own against 2 defenders. He's beaten one and has a shot and forces a save out. The keeper did really well there. Barkworth with the corner, couldn't find anybody. Chettle on the edge of the box, shoots wide. And we are 3 points clear at the top of the table. Scunthorpe must be losing. Who are they playing? We'll have a look when this highlight finishes. We're defending and they've shot wide. They've got another set piece. And we have been vulnerable from set pieces, but we come clear with the ball. Mail with the ball, crosses it in, trying to find Kajar, but he can't. Freeman now. Chettle picks up the loose ball. Freeman again, and he loses out. And can they counter on us? They can't, because Freeman puts in a good tackle. Mail through with the ball now and finds the cross to Barr, who heads it over. We still haven't seen who Scunthorpe are playing. They're losing 1-0 to Exeter. Exeter are 12th in the table at the moment, as things stand, doing us a favour. So that'll put us 3 points clear of Scunthorpe and 6 points clear of Salford. We're 70 minutes in, defending yet another set piece, and it was a good save from Fasten in goal, and we're going to make a substitution before this highlight gets any further. Who needs to come off? Barr is knackered again, so we're going to bring on Greening for him, give him another run out, play him as a defensive forward on defend. Chettle on a yellow card, so we're going to bring on Drew Yearwood for him, and we'll leave it there for now. Save our last substitution just in case we get any more injuries like we did in the last game, just so we don't have to go down to 10 men. Chettle, just as he's about to come off, in the 71st minute, puts us 3-0 up. Long ball forward from Fasten. Mail won it, nodded it down to Barr, who was tackled, and Chettle was through on goal, and it was a great finish from him. But he is going to come off now. That'll be his last contribution to proceedings today, and what a way to come off just after he scored. It feels a bit harsh bringing him off after he's just scored that to put us 3-0 up, but I didn't want to risk him getting sent off. Wood also on a yellow card, so we may see Dean Moore before the end of this game. We're 80 minutes in now. Yearwood plays the ball back to Fasten. Barkworth now to Freeman. Plays the ball forward, can't find anybody. But Mail's won the ball on the edge of the area, and Jamie Luke Greening makes it 4-0. That's his first goal in the first team. Mail did really well, putting the pressure on their defender, winning the ball and then finding the cross, and it was a good header from Greening for his first senior goal for the club. We're 85 minutes in now, and I'm going to make our final substitution, and I am going to bring off Marcus Wood because he's on that yellow card. We're going to bring on Dean Moore, give him a chance to build some fitness after he's come back from injury. Just play the last 5 minutes of this game. Marcus Wood's played well when he's had his opportunities to come in. Considering he's not very well rated by my coaches or my assistant, I think I'm justified in bringing in players that I know can play well. They thought the same about Walford, and he got in the team of the year last season. And now Marcus Wood having a good game, having a good few games for us as well. We have finished that game 4-0 against Grimsby Town, with 20 shots, 12 on target, and only 44% of possession. We were absolutely dominating them there. And we've won both games in this episode, and that sees us finish this episode in first place. 3 points clear of Scunthorpe, I believe. I'll confirm that when the game loads. Yes, we are 3 points clear of Scunthorpe, and 5 points clear of Crewe in third. Good way to end today's episode. We'll have a look where we're going to come back. We did get FC United in the next round of the FA Cup. So I think that's going to be our next episode. We'll play Crawley and Notts County behind the scenes, and then we'll come back for FC United and Wycombe. Now if you like that, please give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button for me. Don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter at WeaselGamer TV for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.